Let's look at this scorecard and do a financial assessment for a couple in their mid-30s. They are in the accumulation phase of wealth building, and they're concerned about retirement and also college funds for their kids. So I always start with the total term, and it is 4.6. I think that it's a little low considering 3.3 of that is real estate. So probably their primary home. So without that, you don't really want to have to sell your home to retire. So they've only really got 1.3 years in savings and investments towards retirement. So they could live 1.3 years. So that is a little low. Let's see where money is going. All right, liquid term is 0.6, and I think that's about half a year of savings that they could live on if there was an emergency, someone was laid off or something like that. So based on what they're spending now, they have 6 months of cash on hand. That's a good amount for a couple if both are working. If only one person is working and maybe one person stays at home, this needs to be a 1 or 12 months of a liquid term. Or if one person is a business owner, maybe 0.9 to 1, something like that, so that there is a little bit more cash on hand if anything were to happen to a job or a business. Okay, savings rate is low at 9%. So I would prefer that to be 10 to 15, maybe even 20%. 20% would be ideal. And so I would look at taking some money from this burn rate and spending a little bit less to beef up the savings rate because they're a little bit behind on retirement planning, and that's what they're concerned about. So they've taken the best first step, which is to reach out for help. So this is what I love to do. This is so exciting. Can't get help if you don't ask. Now their insurance rate is 33%. So I would want to dig into that a little bit more. We know that they've got kids because they're concerned about college funding for their kids. So I would hope that a lot of that insurance rate that's making that 33% is a term life insurance policies for the couple. But I would want to dig into this number and see, but we would always recommend term life insurance if someone is depending on you and your income for sure. But maybe there is some cost savings that we could find in this insurance rate. If we go back to the burn rate, I would recommend implementing a budget. So when you've got young kids and money is just flying out the door between trying to feed them and take them to get them in events and extracurricular activities, it's really important to have a budget and stick to it. And so we always recommend either Mint or Every Dollar, but really any kind of budget. There's YNAB, you need a budget, tons of tools for that, but even if it's just a spreadsheet that you stick to, no, you should get an app. You'll be more likely to use it. So money can come from this burn rate, reduce spending a little to meet the concern of retirement funding and college for kids. Debt rate looks pretty good. And like I mentioned, I've got questions about this insurance rate. So the next thing that I would recommend is implementing a budget so that they could shift some of that money to savings and save more, whether it is to increase this liquid term a little bit and then add more to retirement funding. So I would do those things first before working on college funds for kids, because you've got a little bit of time, but worst case scenario, kids can always go to a college close by and live at home. They can work and help pay for college. There are, all different kinds of things you could borrow money for college, or they could if push comes to shove, but what you can never borrow money for is retirement. And so that's always number one. Between two competing goals of retirement and college for kids, I'm always going to choose retirement first. So we got to get a plan in place and secure that, and then work on a plan for college funding for kids. If you would like to get your own financial assessment, click the link below, and I hope to talk to you soon.